Hello everybody, welcome back to Muddy Vibes with Vlogmas edition. We are on day 2, and with 30 days left in 2025, I am going to introduce a year-end savings challenge to finish the year strong. In just 30 days, we are going to completely transform our relationship with money, build a solid savings habit, and have some extra money to enter the new year with. I'm going to break down a 30-day savings challenge that can work for you no matter your income level. And no matter how much you are currently able to save, this can be for someone who's really never done a challenge, or this can be for people who kind of want to stretch themselves and go a little further this month. Either way, by the end of this video, you will have an understanding of how you can save hundreds or maybe even over $1,000 by the end of this month. So let's get started. Also, a quick disclaimer before we start, this savings challenge is not necessarily a novel concept. I'm presenting it in a tiered way during the last month of the year as a fun way for all of us to try to save a little more. Any real change requires a system, not built on willpower or extremes, but a method to help you get there systematically. This is what this 30-day challenge is going to provide. A system that helps you build momentum and create lasting habits. The cool part of this too is that it's entirely customizable based on your income level and how much you feel comfortable saving. So let's jump into the actual challenge. Here's how it works. You're going to pick a savings level based on your current financial situation. If you'd like to sort of build momentum over time, you could even use this challenge as a starting base. You could pick the first level, complete it, and then challenge yourself to complete the subsequent levels over the course of 90 days. So this could even be something that is sort of drawn out over 30 days. So let's introduce the levels. Level 1 is our foundation level. This is going to be anywhere from $1 to $30 a day. On day 1, you save $1. On day 2, you save $2, and on and so forth. On day 3, you save $3 until by day 30, you save $30. Your total saved for this foundation level is $465. Level 2 is your climber level. At this point, you're going to try to do a little bit more. This is going to be anywhere from $2 to $60. Day 1 will be $2, day 2 will be $4, working your way up to $60 on day 30 with a total saved for those 30 days of $930. The third level we're going to call our goal rush level. This is going to be anywhere from $5 to $150. Day 1 will be $5, building to day 30 of $150 saved on that day. Total amount saved here will be $2,325. Here's the key to making this work. You need to pick a level that will challenge you, but it's still able to be completed. You should be able to feel as though this is something you can achieve, but may require some effort. You don't want to pick a goal or level that seems insurmountable because it will be unsustainable and you may not be able to complete the challenge. This is part of why I did my budget video from yesterday. It will give me a better understanding of maybe what is a better goal or a suitable challenge for me. It's not just about the money we are saving, but it's also about the habit of consistent savings. So you don't have to pick the bigger goal or the smaller goal. It's about picking the goal for you. The goal is supposed to both challenge you and help you build the habit of saving. Let's talk strategy. This is the exact strategy to make this challenge work. First off, open a separate savings account. This money needs to be out of sight, out of mind. I highly recommend a high yield savings account. You can earn interest while you save, and the money is still accessible. Do not skip this step. For those of us who enjoy cash stuffing or keeping our money as cash primarily, to challenge ourselves to save, you can keep your savings challenge envelope in a secure place that you won't have easy access to, and either weekly or at the end of the month, put the total cash value into a high yield savings account. Again, this is about doing it in a way that works for you. I do highly recommend, though, a separate account. You do not want to sort of be tempted to float that money back over to your checking account for an extra holiday purchase, or just be tempted to use it. Obviously, if you're in a bind and you need it, that is what that money is for. But for those of us trying to really strengthen our savings habit, but also tend to find a way to spend that money, it is better to keep it separate, whether it's a physical separation or separate account entirely. I've linked some information on some high yield savings account options below. If you want to check the description for some ideas, feel free to do that. Do your own research and look up what works for you as well. Step 2 could be automating wherever possible. You want to set up automatic transfers. This could be even for the first 10 days of the challenge. Automating things can definitely remove decision fatigue and friction between what you decide to do and doing it. By automating it, you're able to take out that decision making and effort component and focus instead on building momentum. Automating can also work on a weekly or bi-weekly level to match your income and paycheck cycle. For example, if the first week of savings is $28, like in the foundation level, I can set up a payment of $28 to a high yield savings account at the start of the week when I receive my paycheck. This covers these days, so even though this is a daily challenge, so to speak, it's more practical for you or makes more sense for you to set up payments in a weekly or bi-weekly manner, please do that. Again, I'm a big believer in doing what works for you, how it works works for you. Step 3 would be to find your daily savings time. You want to pick a specific time of the day. You could follow a habit stacking sort of strategy and attach it to something you already do. For example, say you scroll through your phone in the morning. Maybe slide on over to your savings account, check your balance, or set up a transfer and track where you are in the challenge. You have your morning cup of coffee? Okay, let's add reviewing our savings challenge to that routine while you sit. Wherever and whenever works for you, you just want to make sure that you are being consistent and committing to a time of day to check it. Step 4, track your progress visually. I will include some tracking sheets down below, including a calendar for every level of the challenge. You can feel free to use those in a paper pencil kind of way. They are linked on the site, no barrier to entry. Just click and download, and that'll be linked for free as a printable tracker in the description. And also feel free to use whatever savings or personal finance apps help you, or just plain old paper or pencil. Sometimes even just the notes app on your phone. Honestly, whatever works for you and helps you track. You want to pick a method that doesn't require much effort from you and that you find fun and enjoyable. Last step is identifying where you can find extra money. The hardest part of this challenge is going to be your later days, where the dollar amount to be saved is much higher. So you want to look for some strategies to help you reach those higher savings goals. This could be anything to generate some money, whether selling items, working a side gig, or cutting any unneeded expenses. Remember, we are picking a goal that is attainable for us. Although it will be fun and a great way to challenge ourselves to look for ways to earn extra income to meet those savings goals, it should never feel as though this is the only way to do that, because the point of this is to build that consistency. Found money can be a great way to close some of those gaps, but it is not a consistent enough strategy to hinge the entire completion of this challenge upon. Do not rely entirely on this method. So like I touched on briefly earlier, a great tip for making this work as well could be to front load the savings. Save for multiple days at once, and this could be something that prevents scrambling. On your payday, you could front load most of the cash into wherever you choose to keep the money for your savings challenge. You want to save some extra money and want to do so consistently and practically. So you pick a level of the challenge that suits your goals. Start to follow all the steps, but what do you do when you hit a roadblock? What happens next? Okay, one issue that could show up is you miss a day. The best thing here is not to quit. Like any other goal in life outside of this challenge, do not quit if you miss a day. Double up the next day or add a day to the challenge. Even if the challenge needs to become a 31 or 32 day challenge, complete the challenge. Point is that you consistently saved, not necessarily that you did it in exactly 30 days. What if money gets tight or you have a really expensive day? Again, you could split that money up. For example, you can't afford to save $25 at once during one of your challenge days. You can set aside a partial amount of $5 or even $10, tack the remainder on to a separate day, later the same day, or again, adding another day to the challenge. Next up, do you have an unexpected expense? Did something come up that you need to pay for? All you do is pause. Remember, this is about consistency. This is about making it a habit. So we pause the challenge, handle the emergency, and then pick up where we left off or even start over if need be. Last but not least, one of the biggest mistakes you can make is treating it as though it's all or nothing. If you get to the end of the month and you were not able to save the $465 on the foundation level, but you have an extra $300, $350, or $400, and that is still worth congratulating yourself. We are working on building habits, and that is worth way more than any specific number. So we're saving, putting money away, following the challenge, adapting to mistakes, and things are starting to come along. During this 30 days, we are proving to ourselves every day, every week, that you are putting the money aside, that you can save the money, and you can provide yourself a cushion for a financial goal for the year. Whether that's adding to your savings account, starting an emergency fund, or maybe even using this money saved as a sinking fund or holiday fund for next year. After this challenge, you can continue with a modified version. As opposed to increasing daily amounts like this 30-day challenge entails, you can pick an amount that you're comfortable with saving every day, $10, $20. Translate that out to what that means every week, bi-weekly, or monthly, depending on how often you would like to transfer money over to your savings account, and then continue with this newfound habit. You could use the initial money like we spoke about as a foundation for your emergency fund. So no matter what dollar amount you saved in total, you can use that as a start for your emergency fund and continue building from there. Okay, enough yapping. Let's recap and review so you can follow these action steps and start your 30-day challenge. Choose your level. Open your separate savings account today and commit to starting. If you're seeing this video on another day, again, it does not have to be 30 days. Try it out for yourself whenever you discover this. Also, let's talk as a community. Drop a comment down below. Tell me what level you're choosing, and let's build some accountability in the comments. If you want that free printable tracker or any of the resources, check the description below. If the video helped you, if you're joining this challenge, please like this video. If you want to follow along for more practical money tips and my own personal money journey, subscribe for more. Let's transform our finances together. I will see you with an update in 30 days. Have a happy and healthy holiday season, and feel free to join me for another Money Vibes with Vi Vlogmas episode tomorrow.